Here we go, everybody. We're going to start another week together. And you know what? It's going to be awesome. I can feel it. We're going to do great this week. We're all going to get everything we wanted in the world. Everyone's going to love us. Everything's going to be easy. And we're going to come into money. So that's my prediction for every single person listening to this. Let's see what happens. I got a couple of updates for you guys. I hate Pinterest. Number one, Pinterest, don't come looking for me to be a sponsor. Your website sucks dick. I hate it. I can't believe that just a few days ago I was telling you guys that I was into Pinterest. I don't know if I said that. I said I was embarrassed that I had gotten a Pinterest account. Well, every single thing I've attempted because of things I've seen on Pinterest has blown. It's been horrible. That air freshener I was bragging about stained everything in sight. That's right. It made marks on my studio chair. It made marks all over the floor. And I'm pissed about it. And then I tried another thing. It was like, what was it called? I don't know. Some dumb name like Crazy Chicken Taco Sandwiches or something. They were inedible. And I was trying to prepare for the week, so I made a whole bunch of them. I threw them all away. And I know that's wasteful, but I don't even think a dog or anybody should eat these things. So Pinterest, fuck you and the horse you came in on. Anyway, back to positivity. Everyone's week is going to go great. Happy Monday. I've just been... I've been getting better. I really have. I've been really finding my peace through just kind of giving myself space and time to do the things that I want to. And, you know, I was taking a walk the other day. I don't know what I was doing. I was going to get coffee. And I don't remember why this occurred to me, but I actually remembered being a teenager and kind of envisioning what my life would be like. I was thinking more like my late 20s, and I'm almost 40 now. But, you know, when I was a teenager, I imagined my life in my late 20s. And my life is pretty much exactly how I imagined it, especially now that I live in the middle of a city and have a view of, you know, a major street and just that kind of stuff, because that's always what I imagined. I remember specifically thinking of a desk looking out over a city. I don't know if that was like the 90s influence of every TV show and movie I was watching always had like a New York loft apartment. And my apartment, while it's not exactly like that, it does have elements of that. And, you know, I spend my days reading, writing, and making art. And, you know, it's kind of insane because I didn't even know I could do that. But as a teenager, I did imagine something similar to this. I didn't really know what to envision, and I didn't really know until I think right when I got to college, I started to understand that people could have a life being an actual artist. But I was imagining my life more like an illustrator's life, or, you know, like an old-fashioned illustrator, no computer, just like a desk, tons of paper, watercolors, pens, markers, pencils. I've talked about this, and I don't know why I keep bringing up all these lectures, but oftentimes I will pinpoint exactly where I got the idea to be an artist in the way that I am, and it's from a show starring Ted Knight called, you guessed it, Too Close for Comfort. Did you guys watch this show? Ted Knight played a cartoonist, and he also owned the building he lived in San Francisco. His wife's name was Muriel. He had two really hot they were like in their 20s, daughters. And Jim J. Bullock starred as the crazy, zany neighbor who lived downstairs. And long story short, I don't remember. I think it was a moose that Ted Knight had a stuffed animal puppet of, and he drew cartoons for the newspaper of this moose. I think it was a moose. Yeah. And the other thing about Ted Knight that I really related to was that he loved sweatshirts, and he wore sweatshirts every day. So his were college sweatshirts, and I've always loved sweatpants and sweatshirts. And anyway, I just remember looking at this guy on this show and realized he gets to get up, put on his sweat clothes, sit down at his drafting table that overlooks the city, and draw a stuffed animal all day. Sold. I wanted to do that exactly as he did it on that show, and in pretty much every way, except for the fact that I don't have daughters. This is kind of exactly how my life has turned out. Anyway, here's to figuring it out, and here's to going after what you want and living the life you want. And I would say, if you don't totally live the life that you really want, find little ways to do it. Because there have been times when my life is definitely not what I want it to be. Trust me, a lot. And I'll just find ways to do it for like a day or like a half a day or an hour. But anyway, it's been nice. It's been nice realizing that things aren't so bad. You know, as bad as things can be for me, emotionally speaking and psychologically, I honestly, every day I laugh about something, and not like a psychopath, like really truly find things genuinely funny and they make me happy, things about humanity. And on top of that, I always find something to be gratitude. I like to be gratitude, everybody. No, I find gratitude. You know, I think I've mentioned this quote by the person I love, Chogyam Trungpa. Everybody loves something, even if it's only tortillas or something like that. And, man, I've got a lot of things I could say about that, but it's time to read. I've mentioned before, my good friend D.W. Burnam introduced me to the poet Wisława Szymborska, Nobel Prize winner. And I have read her before, but I am now lucky enough to own this book. Thank you, D.W. And I want to go ahead and read from it. And every single poem in here is just incredible to me, but I'm going to just open it up and see what we find. How about that? Well, the special bookmark is on page 37. I like that I'm acting like this is a class. Everybody open up to page 37. This poem is called Identification. These are all translated from the Polish by Claire Kavanaugh and Stanislav Baranzak. Ooh, sorry, guys. All right, Identification. This one kills me, by the way. It's good you came, she says. You heard a plane crashed on Thursday? Well, so they came to see me about it. The story is he was on that passenger list. So what? He might have changed his mind. They gave me some pills so I wouldn't fall apart. Then they showed me I don't know who, all black, burned except one hand. A scrap of shirt, a watch, a wedding ring. I got furious. That can't be him. He wouldn't do that to me, look like that. The stores are bursting with those shirts. The watch is just a regular old watch, and our names on that ring, they're only the most ordinary names. It's good you came. Sit here beside me. He really was supposed to get back Thursday, but we've got so many Thursdays left this year. I'll put the kettle on for tea. I'll wash my hair. Then what? Try to wake up from all this. It's good you came, since it was cold there, and him just in some rubber sleeping bag. Him, I mean, you know, that unlucky man. I'll put the Thursday on, wash the tea, since our names are completely ordinary. Whew. I've never really said this on here, but I do want you guys to know that I have sort of this relationship with death that is so unhealthy, where I just can't even believe it happens still. Even though I've lived through many, many, many deaths at this point, it's just still like, are you fucking kidding me? And I think that poem obviously talks of that. Well, anyway, sorry, I normally don't like to explain too much of why I'm reacting to a poem. Hey, real quick, I want to thank you so much. Johnny G. Vine on iTunes gave me a wonderful review. Thank you. I was waiting for you, Johnny. I really appreciate it. I will put the link to this book and other things about Wisława Szymborska and D.W. Burnam in the description of this podcast. I thank you all for listening. Please come back again on Thursday and keep those nice comments coming. I love you all. Have a wonderful week. And don't log into Pinterest. Goodbye.